Okay, I'm getting ready to build a drawer for one of my customers. She has this cabinet, but one of the didn't have a drawer. It's a 30-inch cabinet, and she wants to use it for her snacks. So here are the tools we're going to be using. Our drills, tape measure, don't forget your pencil, saw, square, different bits, nail gun, okay? And then also we're going to be using a router, okay? So I just wanted to show you the tools right now. You can build a drawer. Now, to cut the wood, you should probably use a chop saw, but if you don't have one, and then just be careful of how you do it. Use a square, be accurate. You're not cutting far, you know, it's under 5 inches. You should be able to cut it straight. So I'll show you how I do that. All right, well, let me show you my router. Okay, it's a router table. They're very inexpensive, but whenever you want to route or something, this is the way to go, okay? I have hand routers, stuff like that, but I love this thing. I use it a lot, and they're inexpensive. I just screw it down to my piece of wood, and this is how we're gonna attach the bottom into the drawers, okay? We make the drawer sides, and we have to router out the sides so that the drawer bottom fits inside of it. All right? Okay, I got a nice pine. This is a 1x5. It comes out 4.5 inches tall. It's about a 1/4 inch taller than what the original cabinets came with, but it'll work. Okay, I have some of this finished wood that'll be the bottom of the drawer. It's not wide enough, so I'm going to cut it twice, 2 pieces out of it, and I'm going to put in a reinforced bottom. Okay, and then you got to buy your drawer guides. So this happens to be going into a 21-inch cabinet, which is a bathroom vanity type. And make sure you get the 21-inch if it's that. If it's a kitchen cabinet, they're 24. Very nice. It very nice. The cabinet or the drawer is going to fit on this, okay? This pulls out, and it's the automatic closer, okay? So, all right, now we're gonna have to drill holes so that this piece will click in for the cabinet. This piece in the back will be where the drawer can't go any further back, okay? And this goes into the side of it. All right, well, let's get started. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is get my mark at 24 3/4. Get my square. Mark it. Now this is how you can make sure that you are making a straight cut. Remember, set your blade so it's just barely going through the wood. Okay. Set your square up on your wood. And cut. And that's how you know you're making a good square cut. You don't need a chop saw. You're only cutting 4.5 inches, okay? Use your square. Okay. All right. They're perfect. All right. That's the front and back. Okay. These are the sides. It's beautiful. Okay, everything looks good. All right, now we're gonna have to go to the router. Okay, I got my router set up. This is the thickness I wanted. So I set it behind my bit, set my gate up, make sure it's tight. And the first piece I'm gonna run is a sample piece, just so I can make sure it's cutting in the right spot. Perfect. Okay, let's get them done. Okay. Yeah. All right, 24 3/4. So me and I have 3/4 inch wood, and I routed it out by 3/16. That means it's 3/4 of an inch less than the overall numbers. So anyway, my piece is going to be 25.5 by 17.25. Okay, now I had this left in my garage, so I'm going to use it. Because for that size sheet, I would need to get a 4x4 sheet if they have it. Otherwise, I have to buy a 4x8 sheet. Well, I have these, so I'm going to use 2 pieces to make the bottom, and I'm going to reinforce the middle, so I don't have to spend a lot of money for a piece, and I'm only going to use a third of it. Okay, so I know I need 25.5. This piece happens to be big enough I can get the 2 pieces out of it. Okay, so I'm able to get 2 sheets out of this. my little block of wood underneath it so that I can cut it and not worry about it. Okay, now I know it needs to be 17 1/4. So I'm going to do it in 2 pieces. So I need it to be 8 9/16. Eight and 9/16. Okay, I had to move it out a little bit so I can get through with my saw. Okay. And I have some leftover wood that I can use for an extra project. Alright, let's start putting it together. Okay, so now I have the bottom, 2 pieces. And this is a side, because that's the depth. And this is the face. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a little glue on the end and nail 2 pieces together. Can't find my little squeeze one that I usually pour this into. It's either on a job site or in a bucket that I'm not sure. So I'll just use one of these lids and a brush. Okay.
not the way I like to put glue on, but
A little bit tight. Should have been a 1/4 inch. Alright, I got one in. I guess I made them a little tight, but okay. Now, even though I glued them and pinned them, which I'm going to pin them now, then I'm going to countersink and screw them. Okay, now that I've made the box, I like to drill them and screw them also, even though they're glued and pinned. Okay, now I'm going to reinforce the bottom. Okay, they're pretty strong, but took one of those pieces, cut them so it would fit here. Now if you watch the other video, Holly's countertops from template to installation, you'll see that the granite guy gave me this glue gun. It runs on propane. Push it up, lock it in. Oh, there it goes. All right, it starts glowing. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's glowing. And now, all right, and that'll reinforce that. Okay, now I made the reinforced bottom. This is nice and even. Okay. That's it. Now I'm gonna seal it with a clear sealer. And then Tuesday I'm going to install it. So I'll take some video of that also so that you can see how this drawer works. I'm going to drill the holes according to the drawer guides, so that, and then the face will get put on one of these, I think that side. Okay. All right. Well, that's how you build the drawer box. I made this a little tight. It was tough putting them together. You're better off getting a little bit bigger. I got the exact size of the wood, and it was just a little too tight. So, made it work, but it made me work for it. Okay, I'm going to seal the outside of this real quick and show you, because I'm going to let it dry and then give it another coat. I'm going to flip it over and seal the bottom. So that's going to take a lot of time, but I'm just going to show you the first spray coat that I put on. It's a clear semi-gloss. Should have been a satin, but I had this in my garage. What we're trying to do is give it a nice protection. And I'm going to give this a second coat a little bit later. And that'll protect it. Let it dry. I'm going to give it another coat. I'll coat the bottom to give it some protection. And then I'll show you the video of me installing it. All right? Building with Papa. I hope you like this. It's hot out here today, man. All right. Subscribe. Hit the like. Give me thumbs up. Helps the channel, man. Thank you. Okay. Now, I made a drawer for this spot. This was a sink base, so it didn't come with a drawer. And they wouldn't sell me just the drawer. I would have to buy a whole new cabinet. So I made a drawer. You saw how I was making it, and now we're going to install it. Well, I wanted to show you one more thing. I always make a template when I'm going to put hardware on. And I drilled a hole where this would be, the handle would attach. Okay, I put center line because for this cabinet, this one fits beautifully, side to side, top to bottom. But here, it fits side to side, but not top to bottom, and then you just align it to the center. Same with the bottom one here. So now this one, I'll align top to bottom there, and I can use center to the center of the doors, okay? And then that'll be just perfect to be able to set up the handle. Okay, see, they were attached inside the frame by these. I'm just going to remove them. Okay, so what I did was I took out this drawer because it's the same height and it has wall to wall. So I measured off the wall. The distance was 1.25 inches, and down from the top was 5.5 inches, and then this is another 1.25 inches. So I made this little template with my pencil marks, and I went in the corner, put it up to the top, put my marks, and I have to do the same thing on this side. Okay, I got my marks on the back. It's for these pins to fit into the back wall, and then the track will slide right on it. Get my drill bit. Okay, once you drill the holes in the back, then you put this in. Okay, goes right into those holes. Then you screw it to the back. Okay, that's in. Now we're going to put the drawer guide in. This notch slips right over the plastic on there. Bring this So it's just inside, okay, about an 1/8 inch inside. Okay, now your drawer guide's installed. What I do is I put my hand behind here and I slide it back. It feels like it's getting a little tight. There's a little screw in there. You can loosen the screw. And it'll move it sideways. So I feel the front, it's loose, getting a little tight to the back. Slide it over till it feels the same as the front. Then tighten the screw back up. Okay, let's do the next one and then we'll mount the drawer. As you can see, I had taken this drawer out. I wanted to measure the holes in the back, making sure I drilled the proper holes for these guides. Also, it gave me the opportunity, because I had to build the drawer, where I needed to drill my holes, okay, in order to make the drawer fit on these guides. So I used all those measurements, and now I have my drawer. Gotta open the pins. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks good. Now I just got to put the face on. Okay, now I'm going to pre-drill the inside so that I can screw the face on. Okay, now I have them pre-drilled. Alright, and I close these. Now, I want center of the doors. Okay, I know that's the center of the doors. So I mark it up here. Then I take center of this, it's 29.5. So it'd be 14 3/4. Put a light pencil mark here. Double check my measurement. Okay, that's correct. Okay, let's get the proper screws. Okay, so now I have my pencil mark have my pencil mark the center, which lines up with the center of the doors. I put my center line pencil mark here, and then I have how far above the drawer I want it to be so it lines up with the other drawers. Well, hopefully I got it right. Okay, looks good. It's lining up here and lining up there. All right, let me finish screwing it off, and I'm going to show you how I do the handle. Now I'll drill the holes. I still have my center line here. This jig I made fits nice for top and bottom. I slide center over to where it's the center of the doors below. Okay, now they're in the right place. I like making these jigs every time I do a kitchen, and I'll pick a certain drawer that's going to be the most of what I have, and I'll make that jig just like this. Okay. Okay, it's all done. Building with Papa. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I'll see you on the next one.